Amit lava, hath lava.
Sir, look at the camera. Thank you.
Sir, as we are celebrating the 400 years of Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji's birth anniversary, there is a special commemorative coin. We have placed 2 coins for you.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much. Special treasure.
And it is a very historical book, a coffee table book, which you'll love to see. Sardaar Tarlochan Singh ji भी बुक ले अनाउंस करो ना.
So we would like to introduce the team from India, Sardaar Tarlochan Singh ji, member of PSGSC,
KP ji ਨਾਲ
member of PSGSC, Harvinder Singh KP,
Welcome.
Dr. Meet Singh ji,
Dr. Harmeet Rehan, and B.V. Ranjeet Kaur.
जाओ बुक ले अपने से. और डॉक्टर साहब, he's a Dr. Harmeet Singh Rehan is one of the medical committee. And B.V. Ranjeet Kaur ji, she's a senior vice president of the district Gurdwara management committee. आज नाम बात बोल रहे हैं. So they both together.
Hey, thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you. Pleasure to be there.
उधर भी उन्होंने कराऊँ. So have a seat.
So this is Carlo White, the delegate with Australian High Commissioner.
Okay.
So how did the community do with the second wave?
We are trying. I'll let you know on the mobile phone also. And I'll inform you.
Because it was very vicious.
Yes, it was very vicious. So good morning to everybody, and my best wishes to the Honourable Barry O'Farrell, the Honourable High Commissioner for Australia. We all welcome you here, sir. On the behalf of Delhi Sikh Gurdwara Management Committee and the entire community worldwide, we welcome you. In our team here, we have Sardaar Tarlochan Singh ji, the former Member of Parliament and the former Chairman of National Minority Commission. We have Sardaar Harvinder Singh ji. He is our Joint Secretary in Delhi Sikh Gurdwara Management Committee. Dr. Harmeet Singh Rehan sahib. He is a medical advisor to the Delhi Sikh Gurdwara Management Committee. Sardaar Paramjit Singh Chandok, he is our advisor to the Delhi Sikh Gurdwara Management Committee. Our party president, the state party president, Sardaar Harmeet Singh, and he is also the chief administrator of the Delhi Sikh Gurdwara Management Committee, that is the general secretary of the Delhi Gurdwara Management Committee. Our colleague, she is a senior vice president, B.V. Ranjeet Kaur ji, and the entire team of the Delhi Sikh Gurdwara Management Committee. As we have pleasure to be with you couple of months back. First of all, we are thankful to the entire Australian government and the people of Australia, and especially the Western Australian Premier, Honourable Mark Magong, Minister Honourable Tony Boti, and the entire team of Australian government. It was a pleasure for us when we were informed that the Western Australian government wished to contribute towards the COVID services provided by the Delhi Sikh Gurdwara Management Committee. Though amount was also not less, it was $300,000, but it is not about the amount, it's about the sentiments, it's about the commitment, and it's about the services made by the Sikhs around the world and the recognition given to the community. So we are here to honor you on the behalf of entire Sikh community for this you have provided to the Delhi Sikh Gurdwara Management Committee. Sir, we would like to inform you, our Gurdwara committee, which is an elected body of 6, which take care of all religious places in Delhi, and we got a school, colleges, we got a big infrastructure for health also, and also education also. And we would like to share that ours is the only organization which during the COVID had done a historical job by providing 400 beds of hospital in Gurdwara premises, and that too within the span of 12 days. That was a historical thing. Neither it has been done by any other organization or even by the government. I do not want to say that there should be no comparison, but definitely we'll feel proud about our community which was able to deliver this. Apart from this, we were the one who were providing an oxygen langars, a free oxygen outside the Gurdwaras, because there was acute shortage of oxygen at that point of time. This organization was providing a free food to every COVID patient, his families, and also the people who don't afford it. We have created another milestone by making a hospital, getting just 60 days. On August 7th, we will be opening the hospital, which is 125 bedded hospital with 35 bed ICU, with all facilities, world-class facilities. It's a general hospital equipped with the best available COVID equipments. And the specialty of this hospital is, it is a 100% oxygen bagged hospital. With every bed, it's an oxygen bag. We got a best equipment, made via CT scan, made via ventilator or any other. But the point was that we made a decision that when the second wave was there, sir, the people of Delhi were suffering like anything. And that was the time when our entire our team made a decision that we will create another hospital, and that too before the third wave arrives. And with the grace of God, I would like to tell you that the place where we are sitting, it's a most historical Gurdwara here, which is known as Gurdwara Rakabganj Sahib. So with the blessings of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, we are able to achieve this. And for that purpose, the way Australian government came out to help us, we are really thankful to the entire community, the people of Australia and the government of Australia. Sir, apart from Australian government, the France government also contributed an oxygen plant, and that too also free of cost, and even they delivered to our doorstep. The governor of New York, he also came forward, and through Mandeep Singh, one of our aides in New York, he has sent us around 17 ventilators and many other medical equipments. So for us, it's really a pride. Being a Sikh, though we are taught from the birth that how to serve the community, but this time of pandemic, nobody ever thought that this could be the stage, or this would be the crisis, and that crisis would end like this, where thousands and thousands of people will lose their lives. And nobody was there to take a stand as I'm here to help out the people, but we did, and with the blessings of Guru Sahib, we tried to do our best. So with this, again I'm very thankful to you, and I would pass on my mic to Sardar Harmeet Singh Ji Kalka. He was also the coordinator for all health services, and is also the administrator of the Sikh Gurdwara Management Committee, Sardar Harmeet Singh Ji Kalka.
First of all, I would highly thank the Australian High Commissioner, Daniel Bear, that he came here with his delegate team, and the whole Australian government which supported us in this pandemic,
say a few words.
Your Excellency, as just now before you, the President of the Gurdwara Committee, which is the elected capital of India, has explained the purpose and gratefulness to you and through you all the people of Australia. The Sikh community is 2% in India, but our 20% of the population is now diaspora. They have gone out. In Australia, we entered in 1850, at that time known as Canada, and then slowly and slowly, but the First World War, when I went to the War Museum, Canberra, there is a very well explained that both Australian and Sikh armies in the First World War, the Gallipoli battle, both we fought together, and it is already in your museum mentioned. Secondly, the people of our community now, because of your good policy, I think thousands of students for the last 10 years are going to Australia, and they are being given proper facilities, and for which we all Punjabis are grateful to you. Earlier in Australia, we were known as banana growers. The famous Gula Gola, when you go to Brisbane on the beach, everywhere people know the banana grower. But now the community is well settled everywhere, and there are more than 300 Sikh Gurdwaras in Australia, and all around, wherever you go, anywhere, the tribal people are visiting. So this gesture on the part of the government and people of Australia to join in the Seva. Seva word is, you see, now a common word where people all over the world know that the Sikh community is doing this service to everyone, not only to tribal people, to everyone. As he has explained, the free food is given to everyone, and the largest number were fed by this Gurdwara committee. So we all feel that God takes mercy on everyone in the world, and we always pray that anywhere there should be peace and prosperity, and we should all enjoy. We are thankful to you and always welcome. Your predecessor also was a Sikh, and she has been coming to Gurdwara. This shows how our community is well settled and well respected in Australia. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
We have in our office also Star MPS Cheta. He is a very senior member of our party and the chairman of our education institutes and important college of the university. So I request the Honorable His Excellency to say a few words.
Firstly, can I say it is a pleasure to be back at the Gurdwara. I hope that on one visit it doesn't again follow an outbreak of COVID. President and members of the committee and honoured guests, can I, on behalf of the Western Australian Government, thank you for your thanks. We know that the world has been affected in ways that we never imagined by the COVID pandemic. Governments, federal and state, national around the world, have struggled initially with the battle. And I think one of the learnings that we've had after almost 8 years of this pandemic is that governments alone, like Sikh groups around the world, and other groups, other religions, other associations, have put themselves forward so much over the past year and a half in assisting efforts to battle this terrible pandemic. That said, I've never seen a sort of contribution as I witness here today, with not just the traditional Sikh approach to assisting communities in crisis, but with a commitment to build a hospital. hospital to ensure future preparedness. And of course, preparedness is one of those things that governments and society need to spend more time on, and it's great to see a practical application. So like India, Australia is a federation. We're made up of states as well as a national government. In all of our states, there are many Indian Australians, people who had migrated from India, or people who are born in Australia whose parents or grandparents were of Indian origin. They have helped strengthen the relationship between both of our countries. And that's why, at times like this, when nations around the world were assisting India, where Australia sent 6 plane loads of ventilators and oxygen concentrators and the hardware and software that goes with them, to make a difference as that second wave swept over India. State governments too made a contribution. A number of state governments gave to a number of charities, but I'm delighted to be here today on behalf of the Government of Western Australia to accept the thanks of the Gurdwara for their donation to assist with the completion of the planned COVID hospital. Take it as a down payment for the enormous contribution that Indians generally, but Indians of Sikh faith, have made to Australia for almost the entirety of European settlement of my nation. COVID may have changed the world, but COVID has not changed the Sikh religion, nor the way in which it's practiced by Sikh communities around the world and happily in Australia. Australia, regrettably, is a land of many natural disasters. And as I've said previously, whenever we have a disaster, whether it's a bushfire, whether it's a cyclone, whether it's floods, you can be sure that one of the traditions that the Sikhs do very well, feeding volunteers who are putting out fires, feeding volunteers who are building levee banks, floodwaters, feeding volunteers that are cleaning up homes after they've been destroyed by cyclones, are being done by Australians who practice Sikhism, being done in the same spirit as exists in this Gurdwara, as well as those other Gurdwaras nationally. So, can I say, President, we are very grateful for your adherence in Australia. We are grateful for all Indian Australian citizens. We're grateful for the relationship we have with India generally, but it's in these donations, it's in the efforts that your colleagues make in Australia when there are crises, that we strengthen the real friendship between our two countries. So it's a delight to be here again. It's a delight to see that once again you've come through the second wave, and it is an absolute pleasure and a tribute to your committee that you're investing money in this in this COVID hospital to ensure better preparedness the next time that we're affected by this pandemic. And let's hope it goes unneeded, unnecessary, and is never used.
Yes, that's what we want.
Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency. Your words means a lot to us, and especially in the time when people were in the desired need of the assistance, your government came forward, and the respect you command throughout the world for being such a generous and also so kind. When the situation was worst, but the people like you and the countries like you stood by us in this crisis. So we would again, we will thank you. At the same time, we will also pray to the God, you should also rise, and this third wave, which we never want to see, should never come in our lives. We are done with 2 waves. We have lost many lives. But yes, though the loss was so big, but the people like you, the countries like Australia, and the Sikhs worldwide had tried to make it minimized. So once again, on the behalf of entire Delhi Sikh Gurdwara Management Committee, and through you, we are thankful to the entire people of Australia, the government of West Australia, their Chief Minister Premier, and we would request you to pay our regards to the Honorable Premier, that yes, not just only people recognize your services, but they also feel that it was of humanity, it was teachings by your parents, by your country, and your dedication towards the humanity. I could say with conviction that no other state would have come forward the way Western Australia has come forward. So once again, we all are thankful to you, to the Western Australian government, and to the entire people of Australia. Thanks, sir. Thanks. And I would request you to have a cup of a tea or a coffee with us. And before that, if some media people would like to, क्या करना है? हाँ, बोला. So they wish to have a word with you. So if you will be kind enough to say a few words for them also. Thank you. बताओ फोटो करा सकते हैं. पहले कोई और